Hi, everybody. A very brave founder, Vandit from Barossa, has sent me his deck to roast in public. So let's get started. Barossa AI, India's 911. Interesting. In India, there are just 7.3 physicians for every 10,000 people. Now, if you see in the US, UK, whatnot, that's much higher. It's quite a bit lower in India. I would make these numbers a little bigger because I darn near missed them. Being a patient in India is not easy. Hard to get time with a doctor, hard to find a doctor. This slide I feel like you could get rid of because you made it pretty clear here that there's just too few doctors. And we have 17 slides here. That's more than I would like to see. I'd like to see maybe a maximum of 12. So that would give you an opportunity to get rid of one. Mira is a 24/7 health agent designed to solve all your health queries and needs. And Vandi also sent me this wonderful demo video. So I'm going to go ahead, make that full screen, increase the volume so make sure you guys can hear. We won't watch the whole thing. We'll just catch a few brief highlights. Let's get started.
Hi, you're talking to Mira. How can I help you today?
Hey Mira, I'm having a severe stomachache since morning.
I'm sorry to hear that you're experiencing this discomfort. To better understand your situation, could you please tell me your age and gender? Also, do you have any other symptoms, such as nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, or fever?
Mild fever and a little bit of nausea, no vomiting so far.
Thank you for sharing that. Along with your mild fever and nausea, is the stomach pain located in a specific area, or is it more general?
Let's jump ahead a little bit.
Have you taken any medicine?
Let's jump ahead a little bit, and you'll see that it works in multiple languages, which really impressed me.
आपने अब तक कोई दवाई नहीं ली
So as you can see, it's operating in Hindi just the same.
तो पैरासीटामोल बुखार और पेट दर्द के लिए सही रहेगी或恶化
And now Mandarin.
特别是如果有其他症状如体重减轻、吞咽困难或便血。
So as you can see, what it's doing overall is it's basically, a companion to ask health questions of and go through diagnoses. And it can do it in multiple languages, which is super impressive. A demo is worth 1,000 words, and I really found that to be a very impressive demo. This slide, I think you could just get rid of. It's hard to make heads or tails out of. It's very busy, and I think the demo video explained it much better than that could have. And you can get rid of this slide too, because it's just saying there's a demo, which we just saw. Or if you're able to embed the YouTube video right here, that'd be even better. B2B applications, executive assistant to doctors, co-pilot for doctors, receptionist for institutions, all great possibilities. But let me show you something really cool that is a couple slides later, and it's showing all the things that Mira can do for clinics, front desk management, driving reviews, etc. This slide I get a lot more out of. It's better organized, and it has pretty much the same info. So what I would do is just get rid of this slide, and it's going to be covered in a minute. Product roadmap. Indian telecom number in December, Android in June. What I would do here is make it a little more clear. We are pre-launch. We are launching the MVP Indian telecom number on December 7th, 2024, or whatever the date is. Just make it as clear as you can. Founders, we got some people with some pretty impressive backgrounds here. A doctor from Oxford, Vandit, a serial entrepreneur. What I would do is make clear what their titles are. It's CEO, CTO, whatnot. You want to make sure that you have a CEO and a CTO. This slide is really good. It's showing what you're charging and what you offer. That's great. This TAM slide is not the correct way to do a total addressable market. It's pretty much just saying, okay, there's this many people in India, here's how much they spend on healthcare. But that's not really relevant for you. What's relevant for you is you charge $50 a month to a small clinic. Maybe we say that there are 1 million of these small clinics in India. I don't know how many there are. But then that would be $49 million that you could pull in if you signed up all the small clinics, which of course you're not going to sign up all of them, but it's just a total addressable market. And that would be $600 million a year. So go ahead and redo the TAM, not in this bottoms down way, top down way, which isn't really valid. Do a bottoms up TAM. There's this many potential customers. Here's what we charge. Here's the total addressable market. Message. So this is go to market. Billboards, network effects, influencer marketing, email, too much going on here. It's hard enough to nail one GTM strategy, much less all these different ones. What I would focus on is just a single way that you're going to get customers. We're going to cold message small clinics and try to get them to use Mira. Keeping things simple is always best. These kind of competitive matrices where you always wind up in the very top right, this doesn't do anything for me. I would just get rid of this slide. Ask, we are raising 10.5 million. I'm going to assume that's US dollars given the currency symbol here. That is way too much for a pre-launch startup. What you be able to raise for a pre-launch startup is maybe 500,000 to $1 million if you're lucky. So I would focus on maybe a nice tight $500,000 raise to get you to the next benchmark. Go for something achievable. Why not invest in us? Get rid of this slide. None of us graduated from a top tier university. You don't want to give people reasons not to invest in you, and you don't want to talk down the quality of your team or what you're building. You never want to do that. Be confident. Why invest in us? The best reason to invest in you guys was the team that we saw above and the demo that you created and the size of this market. We don't need a bunch of bullet points restating that and adding a couple other random things. Just get rid of this slide. We can get rid of this thank you slide as well. One slide, I know I've told you to get rid of a lot of slides. One slide I'd like to see you add would be something on regulatory issues. What if I call Mira and God forbid it gives me incorrect health advice? I take that health advice and it makes me sicker, or heaven forbid I even die. What's your liability there? How are you going to mitigate that? You really need to talk about that. This is healthcare, so it's very sensitive. I know that because I worked in medical software for many years, and also India's healthcare regulatory environment is going to be unfamiliar to most investors, and it's going to be a little scary. So I would go ahead and address that. I would also address the way you're pitching this overall, India's 911. You don't really call 911 for a stomach ache like that typically and ask a bunch of questions. You call 911 to get an ambulance to your house in most cases. So what I would say is really India's health line or something like that, because that would be more accurate to the demo that you did. Overall, what I'm impressed with here, it's a sweet demo. It's a strong team. I would go ahead and move that team slide up to just the second slide in the deck. Team is critical, but it's a great team. It's a great product, and there's a lot of potential here. So if you tighten this deck up a little bit, I think you guys could be headed for some great things. Congratulations to Von D in being brave enough to even do this in public. Not many people will. If you'd like to be next, leave a comment below. All right, you guys have a great weekend. Bye-bye.